I'm Monkey and this is Sean and we're with 7 Cents. And on this video we're going to talk about shisha and coals. Now in the last video we used the Goliath bowl, but this hookah is obviously much smaller, so we're going to need to use a smaller vortex bowl.
Monkey, how come you call that a vortex bowl?
Well, it's a vortex bowl because the holes are on the sides instead of on the bottom. When the holes are on the side, it keeps the juices in the bowl instead of running down inside of your hookah. Next, I'm going to show you how to pack a bowl. And what you're going to do to pack your bowl is just kind of lay it in there. You don't want to pack it tight. You want to make sure there's lots of airflow.
Would I pack it all the way to the top?
No, you don't want to pack it all the way to the top. You don't want the shisha to touch the coals because it'll burn and it won't taste good. The next thing we're going to do is get our aluminum foil, and you want to do shiny side down, and what I'm going to do is cover the bowl and make sure it's nice and tight.
Why do you want to put the shiny side down?
I don't know. Now that the foil is nice and tight on our bowl, we're going to poke our holes. And you can buy reusable screens or hole punchers that punch the holes for you, but I like to do it myself so I can get the holes as close to the edge as possible, and so I can put more holes to make for better airflow.
So Monkey, now that we've done all this, what do we have to do next?
Well, next we're going to add our coals.
So you're trying to tell me I just can't take a lighter and light that?
No. You don't ever want to take a lighter to a hookah. That's not what it's intended for. You want to use coals to heat it up.
So how do I go about adding a coal to that? And what kind of coals would I want to use to light that?
Well, you can use natural or quick light. We're going to use 3 Kings quick light coals today. And I'm just going to use just a regular torch lighter. And I'm just going to hold it over here. And you see it's going to spark. So you want to hold it over a trash can or a sink or something like that. So I'm just going to hold it on here, and it's going to start lighting up. And while that's doing that, you want to let that finish all the way through and finish smoking. You don't ever want to hit it while it's doing that. And you kind of want to wait until it turns gray, kind of like charcoal on a grill, and that's how you know it's done.
What about natural lights?
Well, the natural lights you can use on a...
Natural coals.
Oh, shit.
What about the natural coals you were talking about?
Well, the natural coals... Fuck.
What about the natural coals you were talking about?
Well, the natural coals you can actually put... What the hell?
What about those natural coals you were talking about?
Well, the natural coals, which we have the Zambuca brand here, actually burn a little hotter and they ash a whole lot less. And you don't really have to mess with them as much as you do these. But we have a flat top stove here, and you don't ever want to use those on that. You can use it on a range stove, or we have the shisha vac here that we could use.
Which one of these coals do you think is more user-friendly?
For beginners, I would definitely go with the quick light. Once you get really into hookah and it's something that you want to do on a regular basis, then I would totally recommend the natural coals.
So Monkey, what were the different types of shisha you was talking about before?
Well, the one that we use today is your typical tobacco shisha. This is going to have tobacco in it, molasses, fruit pulp, glycerin, and other artificial and natural flavors.
So with it having tobacco in it, that is going to have nicotine in it, correct?
Right. This one does have nicotine. If you don't want something with nicotine but you still want to smoke hookah, you can use Hydro Herbal. The Hydro Herbal has sugarcane, molasses, and other artificial flavorings, but it does not contain nicotine or tobacco. So if you don't really like smoking at all, nicotine, tar, all of those things, there are the steam stones. These stones have little tiny holes in them that absorb this oil, and the oil is just glycerin and flavoring. And what you do is you place them in your hookah just like shisha, except I would recommend a fork because you want to keep as much oil in the jar as possible so you can keep reusing your stones.
So I still get a hookah experience without having to deal with all of the carcinogens and tar, right?
Correct. Actually, while you are smoking hookah, you do want to move the coal around the bowl. You want to just kind of make sure that the heat gets evenly distributed over the entire bowl and it all burns evenly. And then you can also remove the coal and set it down on the ash catcher here. And you can kind of knock off some of the extra ash, especially on the quick lights. And you can just lift the foil up so you can stir the bowl.
Is there any particular reason as to why I would want to do that?
Oh, well, because you don't want all the heat to go just to the top. And you see here it's already turning a little bit in color. So we're just going to stir it up, make sure it's even. I'm going to replace the foil. And you want to be careful because the bowl is going to be very hot and your ash catcher will get hot from the coal sitting inside of it.
About how long can you get a bowl to last?
Once you get used to it and you kind of get the hang of it, you can get a bowl to burn anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours, just depending on how you pack it, the coals you use, and just the overall setup.
Okay. So after I smoke out of this, how often should I clean it and how do I go about cleaning it?
Well, you want to clean it after every use, and it's really easy to clean. You do it like any other kitchen utensil, just use soap and water, and we have brushes that you can buy at 7 cents to get the stem clean.
Okay, would you want to use soap and water on the hose as well?
No, you don't want to ever use soap and water in your hose. Never run water through your hose. You don't want it to build up mold. What you want to do is just blow into it to clean it.
Oh, we also have disposable hoses at the store that you do not have to clean. You can just smoke through them once or twice and just throw them right away.
And they're really cheap.